So to me, lifestyle is kind of made up of four things: movement, nutrition, your longevity practices, and your performance. Now, depending on the person I'm working with or depending on the stage you're at in your life or the situation, one of those things is probably going to have a higher priority than any of the others. One of those words is going to cause you to spark, okay? It's going to make you say, oh, yeah, that's it. Tell me more about that. Teach me about that. So again, movement, nutrition, longevity, and performance. These four things, I believe, make up a lifestyle, all right? So when I speak to you in terms of lifestyle, I'm thinking of those things. Now, each one can be broken down and defined further. Movement. Movement is what you choose to do with your body, okay? It could be an athletic activity, it could be a sport, it could be just a form of working out, right? So for me, movement, I consider myself like a functional, like mobility, body weight, like these linked complex training systems that I do, whether it's with dumbbells, kettlebells, body weight, like I said, core movements, a lot of isometric things, planking. Those things make up part of my physicality. Now, the other things that compose it are stand-up paddleboarding, which is one thing that I truly love, changes my state really quickly, enhances my life when I do it. So I try to make that a priority. And the second one is probably the most major one, and that's trail running, hiking, adventures in the mountains, okay, where I'm covering terrain and just really experiencing life at a visceral level. Other facets of movement could be yoga. It could be some sort of a class that you're into. It could be, again, another cardiovascular activity. All these things can encompass your movement lifestyle. It could even just be like, say, hey, you're into a class, like a dance class, something like that. Again, whenever you're choosing to express yourself, okay, physically within your body, that's your movement. So a huge priority for a lot of people, a lot of times, is creating a fitness workout program that improves your ability to do those things. Again, that's lifestyle enhancing. Nutrition. Nutrition's a huge topic, and to me, it's one that kind of changes and flows throughout one's lifetime, right? Maybe even throughout one's year. In this topic, I would say I am the most inconsistent, and I believe that's a good thing, okay? Because I tend to get extreme about one thing because that's how I learn about it, at a deep level. So first off, I've done high carb, I've done low carb, okay? I've done high fat, I've done high protein, I've done sort of a Mediterranean approach, and now I just kind of have a hybrid that I do and use that works for me. So on your nutrition journey, what we do is we try to only consume those foods that make us feel good. We also try to not be super negative about enjoying some nutritional elements of life, some foods, some meals that are kind of rich and fun and just creative, and just making sure that those things are in moderation, but that they also kind of align with your lifestyle goals. Okay, so nutrition, again, it's very dependent on what the outcome, the desired outcome is. So that could be short-term outcome, like trying to change your physical appearance in 3 to 4 weeks, or it could be trying to change your body. So we got to eat differently to get you to be able to do something, to complete a task, or just to be ready and able to do something physically. Longevity. Longevity is comprised of many different elements, okay? And they can be as varied as supplementation, okay? Sleep, controlling stress levels, work, job, how you view these elements, how you view things that you can control and that you can't control, okay? Those are things that compose longevity. But everything is dependent upon your mindset. So within longevity, I spend quite a bit of time thinking about mental training, mental conditioning, mindset, okay? How I approach this short, brief period of time I have to be viscerally alive on this planet, okay? So that, my outcome is going to stem from what I can imagine for myself, what I believe is possible. And so from that belief comes me experimenting, okay, and giving myself the best opportunity to succeed. Performance. Performance is a really interesting topic because it's one of those things that changes depending on the person. You could be performing in your job, your career. You could be performing, as a parent, okay? You could be performing athletically. These are things that kind of, shift and change throughout one's life. But if you're trying to get the most out of yourself, we're talking about performance. And here it's very, very aligned with your lifestyle, but it also really encompasses the other three, okay? Your movement, nutrition, and then your longevity approaches. When those things align, you're a high performer, okay? And you're a high performer because you have the right mindset and you believe in yourself. So you give yourself the chance to be your best, okay, most often. So again, performance is pretty simple. It's how you view your commitment to whatever it is you're doing. The higher you're committed, the more confident you are in yourself, the better you're going to do, okay? And the more you're going to compete just strictly with who you are in that moment. The external drifts away because all we can do is give our best at any single period of time. Only we know when and in what situations we are able to do that. So by placing us in those situations more often than not, those situations that allow us to be successful and to feel successful, and that's a feeling, okay? We need to get into those states, okay, and create more opportunities for us to succeed. So in overview, lifestyle encompasses those four things again: movement, nutrition, longevity, and performance. They're going to vary depending on where you're at, okay, what your focus is, your age, again, how your life is kind of ebbing and flowing. What's the priority at that point in time? If you're approaching this from a movements perspective, okay, say you want to get committed to a program, you just want to feel better physically, perfect place to start. Because as soon as you start training, then it's like, well, how can I optimize this? I'm investing time, I'm investing money. I know it's important. I know it affects my longevity. I want to keep learning, keep evolving, keep ridding myself of negative habits and just creating new ones so I can improve as time goes on. In this linear fashion of aging, we can reverse some of those effects by simply living more consciously and making choices in the moment. Okay, to put us on a different path, right? So those things are piggyback really well off of beginning from a movement place. Nutrition is one of control, okay? If you're really interested in nutrition, you're probably somebody who wants to control things, control what they're purchasing, how they're eating. Maybe you're really diligent to a schedule. You're good at tracking calories and those types of things. If that's the case, then nutrition is a good place to start from because you're going to feel a lot of sense of control right away, okay? Because it doesn't there's not a physical element to it. There's just simply making decisions and sticking to that process, right? Longevity, again, is a beautiful one because, hey, why wouldn't we want to live longer, live better, okay, and continue to improve as we age, right? Why can't you do a 10-minute plank at your age right now? You can, okay? But if you got to set that goal, you just got to work towards it confidently, right? So we'll think about ways that you can continue to propel yourself forward along that path, okay? And so that comes with the longevity focus. That doesn't have to start when you're a certain age, 60, 65, 55, whatever it may be. That can begin as soon as you feel like you're mentally ready to start to just make those decisions that put you above the plane, right? So the plane, there's two planes, I believe. There's a lower plane, which most people function on, okay? Meaning they don't feel like they have a lot of control of their life. They seek to change their state externally by consuming things, by eating things, drinking things, entertainment-wise, watching TV, movies. Everything is done to them. They're more spectators. And then there's people that are above the plane that are the participants, okay? They're the people that are using their life as a chance to experiment, right? To do things with their body, to create things with their mind, to live physically within this world in a visceral level. So again, longevity encompasses a lot of things, but it's not something that most people are going to choose. It's something they're going to hope to have. But I hope that you choose longevity. I hope that you choose to live above the plane and use your life as a chance to experiment, okay? And achieve things that you desire to achieve. Again, it's all personal, but until you choose that state, you're just living below the plane, and you're just being, you're being stimulated externally. And that's just a huge limiter, because it requires other people to produce things that will change your state. Performance is fun. A lot of people will get into certain things like doing triathlons or ultra marathons or whatever, running events, taking on a new lifestyle activity such as paddleboarding, canoeing, climbing, whatever it may be, whatever the thing is that you may choose to decide to do. It could even just be hiking. They're all great avenues for you to explore. Performance can also be how you view yourself succeeding at work, okay? How do you put yourself above your competitors? How do you put yourself above your peers? And it's not even that it's something you need to express. It's just a way to give yourself an edge. And you give yourself an edge by understanding that you are performing in every area of your life. And with that, I don't want to use performance as a way to judge myself. I want to use it as a way to move confidently from situation to situation. And I know when I've set myself up to do that, and I know when I haven't. It's a feeling, okay? So what we want to do is create that feeling, create that confidence, and then move forward from that place, that confident place. And moving forward, what that's gonna look like is you making those decisions that align yourself with, your stated performance goals, okay? Or maybe make you feel like you're ahead of everyone else. And for me, this started when I was really young, when I realized that, hey, through training, through working out, through lifting weights, and eating right, I can control the way I look, okay? I can physically build myself up to be a capable person above my peers at a young age because of how they chose to behave and then how I'm choosing to behave. So again, performance is a choice. It's a choice in how you're going to view your situation and your whatever it is in your lifestyle, whether it's work, competitive athletics, family life, whatever you're trying to achieve and do with yourself.